Somebody else wants you to... Look, oh. Is she giving you smooches? I think somebody's giving away my smooches. Oh. Looks like I have 4 deer that look to all be does at this point that are bedding down on a daily basis behind my chicken coop. I just showed them in the last 2 videos and they're just out here hanging out. So they finally got up. I thought one was either sick or something was wrong, but she got up. She's fine. She's like, you got me up, girl. But so pretty. Okay, so here's the deal, y'all. Geraldine has laid another 6 eggs the last 6 days, excuse me, creating a clutch. She hasn't gone broody yet. In fact, she's running around yapping over there if you can't hear. We're going to get below freezing again tonight and through the weekend, which means if she's not on these eggs, they're going to freeze. So I'm making an executive decision to pull them. If she's meant to go broody, God's gonna will it, so I ain't worried about it, but we don't want these to pop after they freeze, and then it's a total waste for everybody. So Geraldine, girl, you better hold on. Hey, woman, why do I have your babies? Why aren't you raising your babies? Hey, who lost their Tinkerbell? What is going on? So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. How you doing out there? You doing okay? You doing okay? So I'm gonna drop off this little additional video today. I have no plans of doing it because I didn't have any plans because, well, I'm cleaning out rabbit cages and planning other videos and doing different things with the family, and you guys are on my mind. Everybody's on my mind. I know there's a lot going on right now, and guys, we're really gonna have to pull for each other, okay? There's a lot of things going on, and I've given some code, read in between the lines sort of deals in recent videos of things that you need to watch for, be ready for, and anticipate. And I think a lot of these things are really beginning to amp up a little bit more, to the point where it's beyond me seeing it. It's beyond you seeing it. I think people that haven't wanted to believe things for a couple of years, or ever for that matter, are suddenly going, do what? Here's what I'm concerned about the most. Okay, so I am freezing my tail off. I really want you to be aware. We'll go back this way. I really want you to think about, I have been talking about this for 2 years in particularly. And I want you to see now that a lot of these things are coming to a certain level of fruition for a lot of people. And I really want you to be aware of the mental state of people around you. Okay? As inflation continues, as the lies continue, as people continue to potentially or are potentially going to lose their jobs, as we continue to see people basically psychologically eroding, I really want you to understand that that could be one of the biggest obstacles that you may have to deal with over the next couple of years. You need to know that the things that we're going through is not something, we're a very impatient society, and we're all guilty of it, me too, because it's kind of like when we see something, we expect the effects to happen like the next day, and that's not how it goes. It's you're told things start to begin to happen, and it could take months. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years later that you go, holy crap. Case in point, I just said this on my egg video. I have an interruption. I just said this on my egg video that I put up this morning. And here's the thing. A year ago, I think it was last March, so we're in January, so 10 months ago, 10 months ago, I was warning about the prices, not just because it's what I was seeing, it's because you guys out there are seeing it too. So you're already there with me. But I was talking about the fact of, hey, if farmers aren't getting fertilizer and things aren't being grown, or we have droughts and feed is going up to this and you can't get that, that's going to mean that things get incredibly more expensive. You throw on top of that, whether you believe in it or not, is irrelevant in terms of bird flu and all these other things and all these strange things that we've been seeing. Whether you believe that this is a coincidence or not is irrelevant. The bottom line is that affected the price of chicken feed, that affected the quality of chicken feed, and that's going to affect everybody's bottom line. So like I said, when I was suggesting that a little less than a year ago that I may have to sell my eggs for like $11.50 is actually what the number was to break even on selling my homegrown farm fresh eggs in the quality, with the quality of feed that my customers are used to. By the time you put all of your time and effort into it and all of these different things, this is the number that I came up with. And I got pushback on that. They didn't want to see it then. Do you think they're seeing it now? Fritz, do you want to know what is the best part of you rolling around on the driveway is? I don't think anybody gets tired of seeing it, you silly boy. So I have been talking with some people that I know. I've talked with family. I have seen a lot of comments online, a lot of things over the last couple of weeks, particularly the last day or two. And the fact of the matter is people are beginning to see what they never wanted to believe in. And the thing that we have to remember, let me get out of the wind, really cold weather coming. What we have to remember is, folks, whatever we choose and the people that choose differently, we have to remember, what are you fussing about back there? How am I trying to say this? Let's be gentle with people that made different decisions than we did. Because can you imagine being lied to and people told you were being lied to, or told you things were going to happen, and then 6 months to a year, 2 years later, that devastating "I told you" becomes true? When that happens to people, they become very scared, and they become very worried, and they become very angry. Okay? I think it's justified. Now, I understand a lot of people are going to say, well, we told them and they didn't listen, so good on them. I understand that too. And to a degree, I'm with you. But understand that there is a great deception that has covered our eyes and continues to cover many eyes. And at some point, I do feel what that point is, I don't know. But all will break loose. And imagine what that day is going to be like for society. So my point is try very hard, if you can, to be encouraging for people. Please encourage people to spend time with family and friends and doing very productive things right now, making a difference and being very self-reliant if possible, yes, but also just being happy and productive. We don't know what the future holds. We can guess, okay? But we're not the ones in charge of that. But I think we should have the discernment to understand, to see the big picture. Not to see the little, you got to see the individual trees and situations, not just stare at a whole blank canvas of forest. People are figuring things out. And let me tell you, they are devastated. And I think that it's going to be very important. I think that they're going to be looking for answers, and I think that they're going to be looking for support from the very same people that they push back upon. Hey, sister, where are you going? Did you lose something? Hey. Oh, okay. So I just cleaned out my rabbit cages, a little extra. No, you can't see it. I just brought this down here. All that rabbit poop is in there. What I'm going to do is start spreading it again on my gardens. Last year, looky there, those were green Cherokee tans and they've turned. I'm just going to let them go to seed right there. Perfect. So here's the deal. This whole garden a couple of years ago, I had some trouble growing in it, okay? Really had a rough time. I just didn't think, for whatever reason, the soil was that great, and I didn't think that I put enough manure in it to help, and compost to really help it out. Until last year. I had to bring you inside. It is getting really, really cold. But here's the thing. So 2 things going on here in this video, which I'm finding is a situation with my videos now, because the main thing is we have so much to talk about, from farming and homesteading and teaching things, but at the same time to talk about the reality of what's going on around us. And it's very difficult I cannot be the individual that just continually makes a video telling you, okay, here is my rabbit pellets, my manure, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread for gardens, because I had the most productive garden last year after I let my rabbits pretty much have multiple field trips in that little garden. Obviously they were supervised, so they had droppings everywhere. So here's my point. I want to tell you this because this is what I do. And while I'm thinking about issues, these are the activities that I participate in, and we do on a daily basis, a weekly basis, different chores and errands and things that you have to do all the time to run a homestead. So the bottom line is, if you can get your hands on some rabbit poop, get it, okay? Everybody always asks me, why do I have all these rabbits? Is it just for meat? Well, when I need it, yeah. But honestly, I love them. And number 2, I enjoy raising them. And number 3, it's the best doggone thing I've ever put on a garden in my whole life. So if you've never done that, here is your educational tidbit. If you have a friend that has rabbits in her home, maybe 1 or 2 pet rabbits, ask her to start keeping that for you so you can put it on your garden. I'm telling you, I tested it last year, and it has hands down beat anything else I've ever done, in my personal opinion. Doesn't mean chicken manure isn't good, compost isn't good, all of these other things aren't good. Yes, obviously, but just to take it and go straight to the garden and see the results that I did, amazing results, especially with my Cherokee tans, okay, which are my pumpkins. But here's the thing. So I'm working, and yet I'm thinking. And I want to say, all of these people that push back on you, that have been telling you you're crazy, been telling you, no, that's not going to happen. And all of these things are coming to fruition. For example, like I said, the prices on, and the situation with eggs alone, just eggs alone. Look at everything else going on. Listen to the sirens. Look what's happening to people. So what I'm saying is people are going to have to start mentally processing all the things that they've been experiencing the last 2 to 3 years and the decisions that they may or may not have made. We have to be a little bit understanding of that, and we have to be a little bit, I don't want to say sympathetic, but try to have some empathy for some people to a degree, because they're waking up. Maybe they're waking up later than we did. I don't know. See, I don't have all the answers. But what I do see is that there is a mental struggle. And I think and I feel that that is going to continue to happen. Just imagine somebody who's been in a wonderful relationship, what they thought was a wonderful relationship, whether it be a friend or with a spouse. And they suddenly one day they wake up and they find out that they've been betrayed. They don't just say, oh, this happened and I'm mad today and it's done. No, they go through a series of weeks, months, maybe years of trying to mentally grasp what has happened to them and how they were lied to and how are they going to deal with this and how this has affected all of their life. We have to be there for these people. So guys, we appreciate you being here, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. Get that rabbit manure, get those poopy doopies in your garden. It's January, so obviously you can go straight in now. It doesn't matter, but it's going to be super rich come April or May. Remember, we have to start working ahead now as much as possible. Appreciate you being here. Guys, be the support for these people, because I think you're going to see them coming to you to talk it out. Even if it's just one, they're going to be there. Guys, take care, and we'll see you on the next video.